Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen. It is player profile time for the South Range Lady Raider basketball team, and there is only one senior that stands out. There is only one senior amongst them with the veteran savvy that has come to be Raider basketball here in 2024-2025. A young lady that I have known for a long time who has character, finesse, grace, attitude, as well as one of the best people you are ever going to want to know, the leader of the South Range Raider basketball team, and one of my favorite people in the world. Ladies and gentlemen, Ceci Foster. Cece, congratulations. Your senior year, it's
Thank you.
here. You're welcome. It doesn't feel real. I mean, I remember when we started the Coaches Corners back in your house with your dad, and you and your mom were like eavesdropping on all our conversations and doing all that stuff. You are now, you're a wonderful young lady then, but now you are a I don't even know how to describe. You are a princess. You're a queen of the court, and you are here. It's your last. I mean, I promised your mom and your dad I wouldn't get emotional. It's your last player profile. What has this year been like for you? Your senior year, your senior campaign, just as a whole. Not even getting into basketball yet.
It's been so much fun. I have just really had so much fun. I mean, I try to take in everything and I know it goes by fast, so I just wanted to enjoy it as much as I can. So that's what I've been doing.
One of my favorite stories ever is going to be your freshman season playing with your sister on the volleyball team. I know that it's a memory that you hold and cherish very, very close to your heart. What did you learn that season from your sister? What did you learn that season about yourself and how you wanted to kind of conduct yourself moving forward? And now that you're a senior, how do you want to pass the torch and the baton onto the freshmen and sophomores and underclassmen for South Range?
I learned from her really how to be a leader. I mean, being a freshman playing varsity, I had obviously never done that before, and she taught me a lot of things and a lot of helpful tips and stuff. So, I mean, I just want the underclassmen to learn from me how to be a leader and try to follow my footsteps. So,
And obviously starting at East Palestine, making the transfer to South Range, it was a tough decision for you naturally to leave your friends and kind of go to the unknown. How has that decision, been over the life of, leaving as a sophomore and then now being a senior and the only senior on the South Range basketball roster? How has that decision kind of paid off for you?
I mean, it was it was a hard decision to make. Obviously, I had been at East Palestine my whole life, but I just thought that that was best for me, so I made that decision, and I mean, it's really paid off for me. I feel like I've been at South Range my whole life. I really fit in at South Range. I mean, everyone has been so welcoming, and it just feels like home. So.
That Raider culture. I know it's changed you over the last 3 years. Friendships that I'm sure that you had to build kind of while the plane was in the air. I know some of the first meetings, the first practices were tough for you because you didn't really know people, but you glided into those circles and certainly became the leader of them. How has that progressed you as a person? How has that helped define your character and who you want to be moving forward?
It kind of showed me how outgoing I am. I never really thought that it was not saying it's that easy to make friends, but for me, I noticed that about myself. So going into college, I know that I have that and I can just I don't know. I think it was a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. I think the people really helped out, but I just I learned that about myself, I guess.
When you were talking about this year in particular about basketball, you have naturally turned into a leader because you had to be as the only senior on the roster, but also you've turned into quite the sharpshooter on the outside, making a career night, over 20 points earlier this season. How have you gone from being a supplemental part of the scorebook to having to lead some nights on that floor?
Last year I wasn't a big scorer. I mean, I've always been a three-point shooter. I That's what I enjoy doing the most. I kind of just stand there and shoot. But I think it really started to click for me this year. I mean, I put in a lot of work over the summer. I just work on shooting a lot, so it's nice to see that pay off in some of the games.
Nights that the ball isn't going in. We all have them. You talk to any shooter. What are some of the things that are going on in your head on those nights that the ball just isn't going through the bucket?
Um, well, I usually just keep shooting. I sometimes I should probably start driving more, but I keep trying. I mean, I never really give up on myself. I know like I have that confidence, so I never really give up, but I that's something I should probably get better on is if I'm not making all my shots to start driving and cuz when I drive I either try to make it or get fouled. So
Naturally, the other side of that, when you are making it and you do that a lot, what is going through your, I mean, the confidence exudes from you as you march from one side of the arc to the other. What is it like for you when everything seems to be going in and that basketball feels like a rock and that hoop feels like the ocean?
I just have to keep my confidence up. I mean, I don't really I try not to change anything in my shot. My team really like helps me out with that. They like are very supportive of me and they hype me up, so that's nice.
One of the coolest things that I saw was your senior night. Very, very special. I mean, they decorated as if they had 30 seniors, and it was just for you. I mean, how did that make you feel? And then, of course, the unbelievable crowd that you had, that your family brought and your friends in the stands. What was that like for you?
It was such a special night. I mean, I wasn't expecting them to go all out like that, especially like inside the locker room. We had a glow in the dark theme. It was so much fun. But it was really nice of them. I like enjoyed that so much, especially I mean, we go all out whenever there's more seniors, but just being the only senior, that was so nice of them to do all that.
Did you have a moment? I know that was a highly contested game, but did you have a moment to take it all in, either before the game, during the game, or after the game, and really understand like this is my party. This is CC Foster's party.
I did whenever I was first walking into the locker room and they were blowing off the confetti. That was like my moment. Like, wow, this is all for me. That was really cool.
When you think about the teammates that you have on this roster, your coaches that you have on this team, what are some of the things that come to your mind? What are some of the words that describe this particular team in 2025?
I would have to say hardworking, very together. We're a very close team this year, so I enjoy that. And I don't know, hardworking's like one of the big one that comes to mind because we all are in the gym all the time. Like some nights we'll have people come early, some nights we'll have people stay late. Like it's just we all want it bad. So
When you think about what the legacy you want to leave at South Range High School and wherever you go, what is it? What do you want people to remember you for? How do you want people to remember you as a student athlete?
I want people to remember me as being a hard worker. I mean, I never want to be remembered as like someone who is lazy or someone who's, I don't know. I would just always like to be remembered as someone who puts in the work and tries their hardest all the time.
All right. So also, we got to tell the story about all these young girls in the stands that are watching on YSN that admire you, that want to follow in your footsteps. For you, who was it growing up that you admired? On the floor, on the turf, wherever it may be. Who were the people that you looked up to the most growing up as little Cece Foster?
I don't honestly, I think my from my dad being a football coach, I really looked up to Parker Sherry. He was a big like hard worker. He was started varsity as a freshman year and like all throughout high school. That was like a very big leader that I looked up to.
And how does it feel that others are looking up to number 4 wearing burgundy and gold and thinking that I want to be like Cece Foster one day? What is that like for you? Have you been able to comprehend that yet?
Not really. I mean, it like that's really cool to me. I got a text from Coach Fischel the other day saying that like his kids were talking about me and saying that he wants his kids to grow up like me, and that's just really cool. Like one of the days at the game, it was last year I think. The littlest one, Carmen, she came in and she had her hair done like me, and that was just like cool to see. She was just like, I want to wear my hair like Cece, and that's just not even just that, but the way that she looks up to me. That's really nice.
So I guess the questions remain. I mean, I know you've thought about at least playing spring sports. Is this the last time that we'll see Cece Foster gear up in a South Range uniform this
This is
particular
the last
winter?
time. Yep, this will be the last time.
And have you thought about kind of the emotions? Have they set in about what it's going to be like to put those sneakers on one last time, to put that uniform on one last time?
It hasn't really kicked in yet. I've thought about it a few times, but I keep just trying to push it off to the side. I don't really want to think about it. I want to enjoy my last few weeks of basketball that I have. So I'm just I'm excited for these last few weeks, but I'm really sad for it to be over. So
Are you going to let yourself get emotional?
I'm gonna try not to.
Are you going to let
I
your
try
parents
not
get
to.
emotional?
My dad won't get emotional. My mom maybe, but my dad would never.
Dad's a big softy. Who are we kidding? He'll be blubbering like an idiot in the stands. No, I mean it's I guess that's the unknown, right? You don't know how you're going to
Mhm.
react to it.
Yeah,
Obviously, if you win, you keep going. So ultimately, that's what you want to do. But
yeah,
every time you lace those shoes up, it might be the last time. So I would give you the advice of let yourself be yourself. Like if you're going to be
mhm.
emotional, it'll sneak up on you and just do it. Because I mean, you're going to the Ohio State University. You're not planning on
Yes,
playing any sports there, so to be able to have your emotions here, you're probably saving yourself some therapist bills in the future as
yeah.
well. Talk to me about going to the Ohio State University. Why it was so important to you? It really was the only one on your radar for quite a while. Why do you want
Yeah.
to go to Columbus?
That's just always been like a big one in my family. My aunts and uncles went there, all my cousins went there, so that's just been we've always been big Ohio State fans. So, I don't know, that's just been my main one. I whenever I was applying to colleges, I realized that like out of state was just not for me, so Ohio State was definitely my top option, and once I got in, I was just so excited. So,
Is there a particular avenue you're going to take down there from a studying point of view?
I'm thinking about going into finance, but I'm not dead set on that yet. So I don't know.
Counting G's and sinking threes. CC Foster. I love it. I think that you're gonna have such a good time down there. But I also know that your studies are mean a lot to you, and
Mhm.
you're very competitive. So naturally, that's a pretty good avenue to go. If you're going down to
Yeah.
Columbus at the Ohio State University, I think you're gonna have a good time. And again, you have family down there as well.
Mhm.
So you're not going to be lonely, right? I mean, what are you
Yeah.
looking forward to most about heading down south?
I'm excited to just like okay, so I'm excited to be at Ohio State, but obviously I'm excited to be closer to my family. Like my cousin, she's going to have a baby at the end of August, so I'll like watch the baby grow up. That's like really exciting to me. And just like if I'm having a hard time, I can go spend the weekend at my cousin's house. Like that'll just be so much fun. I'll get to see them more and be closer to them.
All right, let's take it off the floor from a South Range perspective. Favorite subject in school? What is it and why?
Math, I don't know. Something I just love like working with numbers. I know that's weird, but like it's just like fun to me. Like that's just what comes easiest.
Well, if you're going into finance, I would hope that you like working with numbers.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we probably want to think about something else.
Yeah.
Teacher wise, I mean, who have been some of the influencers on the way up? You have an interesting, background being at two different schools. Who are some of the
Mhm.
teachers that helped you out along the way?
Definitely Mrs. Fischel. I She has been by far my favorite teacher. I mean, obviously I'd have to say my dad too, but Mrs. Fischel, she's just really like been there for me in the classroom and outside of it. So I appreciate that a lot.
What's one of your favorite memories of high school life?
Ooh, that's a good one. I don't know. I would say probably the homecomings and proms, all the dances, and just all of the I enjoy school, but all of like the outside school activities. I enjoy the football games, like all those are just so much fun to me and being with my friends and getting to do that is so fun.
Who was one of the biggest influencers when you made it into high school?
I would say my sister probably. I mean, I always like looked up to her going into it was nice having her be a senior whenever I was a freshman because I got to see her go through her high school years while I was still in middle school, but then I got to also spend a year with high school with her. So I've always looked up to her.
We know you love shopping. Where's your favorite place to shop, and what do you do? What do you buy yourself when you want to treat yourself?
Oh gosh. Um, I would say my favorite. Okay, we'll start with the my favorite thing. My favorite thing to buy is like a new. I always get the new Lululemon keychains because they're expensive, but if I really want to save up for it and treat myself, I just like get them so I can change them out for different seasons. So I have different colors. Um, but I don't know where my favorite place to shop is. Probably I don't really know. I like going to the expensive places, but I don't buy anything. But I like looking at the stuff. That's always fun for me.
What's the? Hang on. Uh oh, my mouse died. Hang tight. This is why live kind of stinks. All right, there we go. What is the go-to order? If you were on I don't want to say if you're on death row. If you had one order left in your life, what would you order? You can order anything in the world. What would it be?
Oh gosh. Okay, I would order. This is kind of weird, but it's this restaurant called Peace and Plenty and it's in the Bahamas
Okay,
and they have the best cheeseburger ever. I would order that. And that's all. Just a
that's it.
cheeseburger from this restaurant. Yeah. It's so amazing. I get it every time. It's so
No
good.
dessert. No dessert. No
Hmm.
anything else.
Hmm. I think for dessert I would get hummingbird cake. I love hummingbird cake. My Aunt Joanne makes it, and it's the best thing ever. It's so good.
What in the world is hummingbird cake?
It's like, okay, it's like a carrot cake, but instead of carrots, like pineapple. It's
Oh,
so good.
okay.
It's so good. And then it has the best icing ever. It's so good.
All right, you're going to get a drink, a Dunkin', Starbucks, whatever. What are you ordering? What's your go-to?
Okay, well, Dunkin', I like Dunkin's coffee better. So from Dunkin', it would have to be a medium French vanilla iced coffee with 2 cream and 2 sugar. And that's it. It's so good. And then from Starbucks, I get an iced matcha latte with 3 pumps of chai and vanilla cold foam. I
How do
actually
you
just
even
got it like a few hours ago. This morning I
how,
got it.
how do you even develop that? Like, how does
I
that
don't
even become
know.
a drink?
I don't know. Me and my sister have tried so many like different combinations, but that's the one I like the most. So,
Incredible. All right. Last question for you. The people in your life that have given you this opportunity, what would you, if you had a chance to? And I know it's not always easy to do, but they're not around right now. But if they were watching right now, what would you say to those people that gave you a chance and have given you opportunity to be who you are today?
I would just thank them. I mean, making me who like the person I am today. It's I don't know. I am thankful for the people that I have always looked up to and for having like such a good family and friends and surrounding myself with so many good people. I would just thank all the people for just always being so nice to me and giving me good, like being good role models, I guess.
All right. I lied. Last question now. What is your favorite part of being Cece Foster?
Oh gosh. Oh, that's a good one. I would have to say all the people I like surround myself with. Just like how many good people I have in my life and being able to spend the time I do with all these good people and having the relationships I do with all these people. So,
Great answer. Great answer. Cece, it's been such an honor watching you grow up into the young lady you are today. We're so proud of you. Can't wait to see
thank
you
you.
do so many great things in the future, even if it is away from sports. You're doing some great things on the floor and in the classroom right now. So we thank you for being a great role model to all the youngsters out there and continued success to you, young lady. We're proud of you and God bless you.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, there she goes, Cece Foster.